Hi guys, and welcome to Small Steps to Freedom. In today's video, we're going to be talking all things side hustles. And because I love flexibility and I love working online, all the side hustles I'll be sharing in today's video are side hustles that you can do from anywhere in the world. All you need is your laptop, your smartphone, and an internet connection, and you are good to go. So you can do this at any time, in any place, at your own convenience. So that's what I really love about the side hustles I'll be sharing today. Plus, you don't even have to compromise on the income part, right? You might think like, oh, if I get a lot of flexibility, would that mean that I might earn a little less? Actually, quite the opposite. Your earning potential is basically uncapped with all of the side hustles I'll be sharing today. So you can earn like hundreds of thousands of rands or even more. Wow, but if this is your first time here, we talk all things personal finance to help anyone who wants to achieve financial independence or even financial independence and early retirement. So if that sounds like something that is up your alley, be sure to hit the subscribe button, join our community so you never miss any of our content. But anyway, guys, let's get into the good stuff. The side hustles you can do from anywhere in the world that will make you a lot of money. The first side hustle that I have for you guys is a virtual assistant. So virtual assistants have been around for a while, but I think in the past like a couple of years, especially because of COVID, they have really become like really in demand with like, influencers wanting people to help them in their business, small businesses as well. There's a lot of demand, right? So what is it? They can schedule your meetings for you, schedule your social media content, help you with social media planning, strategy, hashtag research. They can help you do like your travel plans. They can help you do a lot of things. It's really dependent on what service or what you need them to do for you, right? So a virtual assistant can really just help you to like get rid of more of like the mundane tasks that are taking too much time away from your day so that you can focus on like the more important things in your business, right? So for example, I have hired a virtual assistant before and they helped me with scheduling my social media posts, doing some hashtag research, and that was really money well spent for me because I got to just free up a little bit more of my time so that I could focus more on more important things at that time, right? So your earning potential is going to be really dependent on what you bring to the table, right? So what can you do for your clients? If you can do social media strategy, you would be able to earn a little bit more than someone who is only able to schedule the social media posts and not necessarily craft them themselves, right? So there's a spectrum in terms of how much you can expect to earn as a virtual assistant, but the more skills you have or the more value you can bring to the clients that you serve, the more earning potential you have. So I have hired a virtual assistant, as I said. I hired them on Fiverr. There are a lot of other platforms that you can hire as a virtual assistant from. I've also hired a virtual assistant on Instagram as well because you can find them. They've created like social media accounts where you can contact them and find out more about their services, right? So this is such a great side hustle because it's not only is it flexible, but it's also kind of like gig based, right? So you can have multiple projects going on at the same time or multiple clients going on at the same time, and you can actually like plan ahead for this type of work. You can batch it into a certain amount of hours and then free up the rest of your day depending on how you kind of want to structure it. So if you want to become a virtual assistant, there's some platforms that make it really easy for you to be discoverable. I've mentioned the fact that you can create social media accounts where you can advertise your services to potential clients, but you can also upload your profile on platforms like Upwork and Fiverr, because a lot of small businesses, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of influencers kind of hire virtual assistants from those different platforms, right? So there's different ways that you can market yourself. But being a virtual assistant, I think, is something that most of us can pretty much pick up immediately, to be honest. You might not earn as much as someone who's been a virtual assistant for the past 2 years, but it is not necessarily so complicated that you would need to spend a lot of time preparing for it. I think you can really pick it up and be like, cool, start offering your service, see who bites, and see what skills you can actually offer them to add value to their business, right? So that is the first side hustle, being a virtual assistant. And then the second side hustle that I have for you guys is something that I actually do, is content creation, right? So I love personal finance, specifically financial independence and early retirement. So that's the content I create, right? Because I just enjoy the subject. I spend so much time on it anyway, right? But content creation is a really, really great way of actually earning an income. And I say this because there's so many different ways that you can monetize your content, right? If you think about it, if you've seen influencers or content creators having sponsored content such as YouTube videos, social media posts, and getting paid for that, that's one way of actually making money. There's also having like affiliate marketing, where they share products that they love, and then they get people in their audience to actually click on the link and use that same product and earn a certain amount of money from just having referred that customer, right? So that's another way of earning money as a content creator. There's also the fact that you can also create digital products such as ebooks, or even start offering services like coaching. And you don't necessarily just have to sell like digital products, right? You can sell like actually like physical products, right? For example, I know Google she actually sells candles, right? So she started a candle business and now she's selling her candles, and that's an income stream for her. So there's so many different things that you can do as a content creator that earn you an income and can really, really help you to build up those multiple streams of income that we are always preaching about. And I really like the content creator side hustle because it kind of taps into your passion, right? So if it's something that you want to consider doing, it's worth considering doing it in the realm of whatever interests you currently. So if you're really into fashion, or if you're really into traveling, then you might actually want to be, a travel content creator or something like that, that really speaks to your current passion. Because content creation does take a lot of effort, but it gives you all of those possible income streams that you can kind of go into. Like I said, there's the sponsorships, affiliate marketing, creating digital products, offering services, coaching, all of those things, right? So there's so many things that you can do as a content creator that it is definitely worth considering doing them if you have a specific topic that you're really passionate about and you can create valuable content around. So there's a lot of different platforms that you can also use as a content creator. There's YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, so many platforms. You just really have to choose one and start, right? And I think the tricky part, or the really the part that might take a while, is like building up an audience. But that's something that that comes along as you go along the way. You will build up your audience, you will build up your reach, you'll build up your influence, and all of those things, and then you will start being able to establish all of the income streams I was talking about. The next online side hustle is something that is really big and will only get bigger as time goes on, and that is social media management. Social media is a big part of our lives. It is here to stay, and it is definitely a crucial part in any business's marketing strategy, right? So whether that is a big business, small business, or even for influencers, everyone needs to be online at the right time, talking to the right people in order to sell their products or their services, right? So as social media manager, you play a really, really key role in just positioning a company or a brand well enough for them to actually reach the goals that they have. And you do this by helping them with their social media strategy, with their content creation, with their overall social media presence, right? So you can offer the service to a variety of businesses. You can even look around in your area. If there's like a small business that you really, really like going to, maybe that little coffee shop that you grab coffee at every day, and you notice that they're not necessarily on social media, or they are on social media but their presence isn't really that great, you can offer your services as a part-time social media manager for them and charge them a certain rate, right? And that will really help you start building up that portfolio of people that you've managed in the past. And an alternative way is to actually build up a social media presence for yourself as a way to prove that you can actually manage a social media account or a social media profile. But there's a lot of different ways of actually proving that you can do this, right? But before you can even prove that you can manage social media accounts, you need to learn how to, right? And there's different ways of learning how, right? There's YouTube, there's Udemy, there's a lot of free and paid options. One of the courses that I really, really like that is actually free as well is the Goal Skills for Africa. I think it's called Fundamentals of Digital Marketing. And I think that will give you a really, really great introduction into social media management, and will give you the foundation that you need to at least understand the basics of what you need to be doing in order to manage a successful social media page, right? And the really nice thing about social media management as well is that you don't necessarily have to spend the whole day doing something, right? So for example, if you get a client and they want you to post 10 tweets every single day, you don't necessarily have to sit there every single day, like, typing away on your laptop to tweet it, like to send out those tweets. You can actually batch create them, schedule them in so that you can actually free up more time for yourself in the future, right? So there's things that you can do like that will actually also help you to balance your side hustle with your full-time job. So those are 3 side hustles that you can start today, that you can learn how to do online today as well. And why I really like the side hustles that I've shared with you guys so far is that they have such a great earning potential, right? So these are side hustles that you can really build up that won't just earn you like a couple dollars or a couple $100. These are side hustles that can earn you hundreds of thousands of rands or even more, right? I've seen people turn these into full-time jobs. So this is why I'm sharing these specific ones with you guys, because they have such a high earning potential. It's not the same as just going to do a survey online on rev.com or whatever, right? These are real side hustles that will make you real money, that makes an actual difference to your finances. So I still have 2 more to share with you guys. So the first one I'm going to share is being an SEO specialist. And SEO stands for search engine optimization. So businesses want to be found, right? And the way that we are looking for businesses most of the time now is we are going to Google and we're looking for them online. And the role of an SEO specialist there is to help businesses be found online. So they specialize in helping businesses become more visible and more searchable online. And this is such a specific skill in marketing. It's not just knowing general marketing. It's a specific section within marketing that you can actually learn about, and it is a really high earning potential, right? I've seen people start like entire businesses just based on their SEO skills, right? And the nice thing is, even though it's such a specialized skill within marketing, you don't need to go back to like university and start learning about marketing and things like that. You can actually learn this stuff online for free. So for the basics, you can use platforms like YouTube, you can use platforms like Udemy to help you form that foundation or that understanding of what SEO specialization actually is. But if you want to take it a step further, you can even do like a paid course, right? But it usually doesn't cost that much, to be honest, for you to attain that skill. There's platforms like Red and Yellow that offer courses on SEO specialization. There's also platforms like Coursera that also have courses on this. So there's so many different ways that you can learn about SEO management, right? So this is really, really like a gold mine, guys. I'm not sure what the earning potential is, but I'm going to look it up and like stick it here somewhere, and so that you guys have an idea of how much you can expect to earn from as an SEO specialist, right? So you can definitely do this like part-time. You can do it online. All you need is an internet connection. And then the last side hustle that I have for you guys is teaching English online. This is something that a lot of people do full time. There's a lot of people that actually go to those foreign countries to teach English there, but it is also something that you can do online without necessarily having to leave South Africa, right? So teaching English online is a great way of earning money online without necessarily having to gain a lot of other different skills, right? So if you think about it, most of us already know how to speak English. We've been speaking English for a while, so we're pretty good at it, so we can teach people, right? So that's already qualifying you. And the nice thing about teaching English online is that there's so many different platforms that offer that service, that offer you to actually sign up and start teaching on their platform, and their requirements do differ, right? So you can find platforms that require a college degree. there's other platforms that literally do not even require a degree, right? So you can look around and see which ones you would be able to meet like the requirements for. But you definitely do not need to have a university degree in order for you to be able to actually teach English online. So I did some research looking for some platforms that you can sign up for if you want to teach English online. There is Say ABC, there's also Dada as well. So I will link those down in the description below. You just do a little bit more research on them because I've never necessarily used them, but they seem like really, really great platforms, especially if you are a South African currently, right? Because some platforms will only take people from Europe or from America. So you want to make sure that you meet their requirements in terms of like nationality and skill level. So those are some of the side hustles that you can start online today, guys. You can learn the skills that you need to do them online without necessarily needing to go and get a whole new degree. So that's great. And they're also flexible. As I said, guys, you only need your phone, your laptop, and an internet connection, and you are good to go. So in terms of investment, you probably just need to invest in maybe a good phone or a good laptop, and maybe a good internet connection. But outside of that, you don't need a lot of capital to get all these side hustles off the ground. As you add one or two of the side hustles that I shared today, it's going to be really, really important that you manage your money well in that side hustle. And in my business, what has really, really helped me with managing my side hustle income is Sage. So Sage helps you with invoicing clients. It helps you with keeping track of your paid invoices, your unpaid invoices. It also helps to keep track of your balances in your bank accounts and things like that. So I definitely recommend checking out Sage to manage your side hustle income. I will leave a link to them down in the description below, and you get a free 30-day trial. But that is it for today's video, guys. Let me know down in the comments below which side hustle that you would do, or what side hustle you currently have, and how much money are you making. Hook us up in the comments below. But anyway, I will see you in my next video, guys. Goodbye.